Hey everybody, Andrew here. Just wanted to say Happy Christmas to everybody and also a very Happy New Year just around the corner. Now 2013 has been an amazing year for the world of vaping. There's been so many new innovations coming along, and what I wanted to do was basically show to you So anyway, I was talking about innovation, and when it comes to innovation, there are some companies that are really putting out some special things nowadays, and it's fantastic. And this is across atomizers, across batteries are getting better. Everything that we use in the vaping world just seems to be getting better and better. Now we've still got a way to go, but one thing is guaranteed: 2014 is going to, herald so many new fantastic items in, and it makes it really exciting. But the one that I wanted to show you today is this here. And you can see that this is the Havana electronic cigar from the House of Liquids. And this is how it comes. And in a beautiful, looks like a cigar, because that's essentially what it is. And we can see on the front there it says Puros 18. Now for any of you who are aware of the House of Liquids, Puros is one of their liquids, and it's a liquid that has Cuban tobacco leaves steeped in it, and then it's basically poured off subsequently, so that what you get is a completely pure liquid, but with the essence of a Cuban tobacco leaf in it, which gives it a fantastic flavour. Now in the past you could only get Puros at 24 milligrams. In this particular case this is 18 milligrams, and I believe now you can get Puros, that particular liquid, across a whole the usual sort of range of different strengths, which is fantastic. So if I just open it up, you can have a look at it, and here it is. And you don't get much more authentic than that when it comes to a cigar. You can see the end there. Now I'll go down close on it in a second so we can have a proper look at it. But basically, it tastes very cigar-like. It looks very cigar-like. And I think it's fantastic. I've been using this all over Christmas. So let's get down close on it and we'll have a proper look. So here it is. Beautiful tube for it. House of Liquids, Havana, exquisite Cuban tobacco e-cigars, Puros 18 for 18 milligrams. So let's just open it up and have a look. And here's the cigar itself. Now it looks really authentic, and it feels really authentic. I have to say this is so close to a real one. It's quite incredible. There we have all of the details on the little label on it, as you'd expect to see on a cigar. And then at the top here we have this little plug, and that's how it comes, and it's essentially what that is it's just covering in that hole there. And once you pull that out, it's basically ready to go. At this end here we have this sort of ash kind of looking thing, which when you inhale on it, let's see if I can do this. You can see that it basically lights up. And that's essentially it. I mean, it is one of those things you wouldn't be using it every day. I certainly wouldn't. But I mean, if you're going to an event you know, like a wedding or a party or something like that, it's a very, very nice thing to have. Now, also, you can buy these singly or you can buy them in a pack. In the pack, it's a pack of 3, but let me just grab it for you so you can have a look at that. So if you buy the pack of 3, this is what it comes in. A beautifully tooled leather case, cigar case. And it can fit 3 in it basically, so I'll just pop the other one in there. And that's what it looks like. And when you actually look at the quality of the leather there, I mean, this is seriously thick leather. I mean, this is in itself is a fantastic piece of work, this actual case. But that's what it comes in. So that's the 3-pack when you buy it in a 3-pack. And I'll put the prices up. So if we take it back out again, basically what this does is this holds, and it's not refillable, by the way. This is, you know, when it's finished, and it holds 5.5 mils of liquid. And the battery that's inside it is a 1350 mAh battery, so a fairly decent battery inside of it. The other thing is that it's a regulated battery, so that what happens is that it will put out the same power right until the point that it can't put that power out anymore. So in other words, you're not going to have a trail off. It will basically vape the same way right up until the point that it can't actually produce the power anymore to give you that vape, at which point then it dies, and then that's the end of it once that's actually gone. Now, depending on, you know, the person and your vaping style or vaping habits or whatever, you know, it could be anything from a day to maybe 3 days, you know, depending on how many puffs that you're actually taking on it. But that's basically it. So just to give you a real close-up there, the bottom going around, we have our label there, and then up to the end at this point here. So that's basically it in close-up. So what does it vape like? I think it's terrific. It's Puros is always sort of, for me, has been one of the, you know, the more authentic cigar flavors that are actually out there. And it's one that I've always liked, although in the past when it was 24 milligram it was just too strong for me. Although I would bring it out if I was going out, you know, and I knew I was going to be having a few pints or whatever, you know, you bring some, you know, a little Carto or Clearomizer with Puros, so that you know, later on in the night when everybody starts smoking cigarettes and stuff like that, you know, you can just pull this out and it's strong enough to you know, to keep you going with no problem at all. But within this, the 18 milligram just works really well, and I think it's fantastic. Now, when you're actually vaping this, it's a little bit different to how, you know, if you were pulling on something else like a K-Fun or something like that. What I've found the best is that you basically take a very slow drag on it, and when you do that, you get everything that you want out of it. Fantastic. It's just really, really good. So I mean, this is certainly something that if I was going to, you know, to an event or whatever, I wouldn't be using it around the house, or, you know, if I was just heading off on my normal sort of business or whatever. But for a special event, I think it's really terrific. I also think that it's a fantastic gift. You know, if you have a dad or a relative or somebody you know, who perhaps is on cigarettes, and, you know, wouldn't it be great if they, you know, weren't on it anymore, that a gift like this is something that they're certainly going to try, you know, especially if it's their birthday or something like that. You send them along a pack of these, you know, as I said, with this thing here, this just looks fantastic, you know. You send them over something like this, and it's a very, very usable thing that I think most people would get a lot of pleasure out of. And it's a very nice sort of introduction to the whole vaping scene, a very different introduction to it, I think. You know, because there's no rebuilding in it, you know, and it's not like one of the little cigar-like things, you know, which personally, for the most part anyway, any of the ones I've tried don't really vape properly, and they don't, you know, the liquids that are in them aren't fantastic and things like this. Whereas with this, you know, it does vape very well. And it also has got a fantastic liquid in it. So I think as a starter, you know, I think this is terrific. So in conclusion, I think a terrific thing, a real innovation. It's great to see something like this coming out. Basically, they cost at the moment €17.95. That is for the single one, and this is on eSmoke Ireland. And let me just see the deluxe, where you get 3 of them, also in the leather case. That works out at €54.95. So as a price, yeah, they're not that cheap. But at the same time, you know, they don't look that cheap either, and it's a special occasion thing, in my opinion anyway. So if you want something that has a very authentic taste, has a very authentic look, and is something a little bit different, then I would absolutely recommend these. I think they're fantastic. So basically, the Havana E-Cigar from the House of Liquid, 18 milligram Puros in it. It's great. So all that's left to say really is thanks everybody for watching my videos over the last year. My New Year's resolution is to try and keep them shorter. Whether or not I'll succeed, I've no idea, but I'm going to try and do that and keep them coming out fairly regularly. And so thanks to all my subscribers and everybody else out there. I hope you have a fantastic new year, and what can I say? Have a great one. Cheers!